Good morning, Zodiac. Thanks for joining me. I'm David, and this is your Weekend Quickies for the 12th, second weekend in June. Wow. I have to have a cup of coffee. I hope you're joining me. Not at 4:45 in the morning when I post this, but later when you feel like getting up, but you're drinking coffee. Because coffee matters. Okay, I just want to say, Aries, welcome. We're going to start with you. Go right into it. I'm just putting a little energy on them. I shuffle them before I put them away. This deck is hard for me to shuffle. My hands are... Nothing's 100% anymore. Let's put it that way. Just happy to be alive. But I like these cards. They're huge, but I think you can see them better. There are people that are watching the video. I kind of don't like them as a reader, I'll be honest with you. Like, I really am stuck on the Gilded Tarot. I can deal with the Gilded Royale, but I don't like all these other tarot decks, Aries. You know, some of them are gorgeous, but I don't know. Taurus in the ninth house, I blame it, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, keep that in mind as we go along. Even as if I call out zodiac signs, sometimes might as we go. And this for the second weekend of June. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000. And then we'll go live. We'll get really crazy. Fantastic, Aries. This is your card. I say a lot of cards should be the Aries card. The Fool card should be Aries. The Ace of Wands, kind of, well, it is Aries. But yeah, I mean, it's Leo, but we're in the ballpark, man. That's a beautiful card to get. This might be speaking to a younger Aries. That's the youngest strength card I've ever seen, you know. Maybe you have Leo in your chart. Let's see. Aries, your second decan, if you're a 10 to 20 degree Aries, you're going to have some Leo in your chart because you're banking second decan. I'm a Sag, but I bank some Leo energy in a strange way. Sun square the nodes, Uranus in retrograde in the 12th in Leo, my only fixed energy, right? Other than a Venus and Scorpio. So, could be speaking to that part of your chart too. But this is really good energy to have right now coming out of the eclipse on the other side of it. If you're feeling like this, I mean, your body, you could be feeling good. Summer's here. Maybe you're one of those people. God bless you. You ain't worried about looking good in a bathing suit. You know you look good. Not even a concern. But let's see what your challenge is. What's the challenge for a lion? I'm looking right at you. I have to turn around and look because I'm challenged so many ways, right? But look, this is a challenge here. So this got to be a person. And seriously, they're going to start doing the construction now. It's been a day. I'm just going to keep going because I don't know if it's going to get any better. God, even if I go inside, put the AC on. Okay, but this is a person, younger person. They're pointing this right at you, this cup. And normally, I mean, this would be very sweet, and I can see why. I mean, if you're at the bar, I mean, whether you notice it or not, you're an Aries, you know this, you're not a Virgo. So you know, people giving you the look. This could be one of them. And like, you can be a little bit older, they could be a little bit younger, and maybe you're thinking this is the energy of like, you know, man, you know what, I still got it. But this is crossing you. So I think this is an individual person who is not giving you their cup, and maybe you don't understand it. Maybe there's some element of it, I bet you. This could be like a water sign person, sure, Cancer person, Scorpio, Pisces person, think Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And maybe you don't understand because you're like, you know, what the hell, they're really going to get a better deal than me? And that's what's crossing you. Knight of Wands. I gotta say, it's another person coming in because you're hot. I mean, I'm not lying. You're hot. It's summer. You're looking good, man or woman. Okay? But clarify with the Klimt deck if need be, by the way. Mention why that's sitting over here. But, now we're talking about an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It's going to be that way. This is advice from the universe. So I'm going to talk about the mirror now. So even though you're in this wonderful straight energy, which is kind of laid back, if you look at like particularly the male line, they're king of jungle, yeah, which this was depicted there, right? And fire signs are masculine too. So, really it's not doing a whole lot. But this is like really making decisive moves. And I got the feeling it's a mirror, so somebody's coming in with this energy to you. Because that's what you really want. And it's like this person is just, they're just, I don't know, they might be just too immature to get you. If you're a light worker and a healer, this comes in so many ways, but everything gets a little harder in love because, you got to have somebody that can meet you there too, and the pool of those people's not big, but here's one of them. So this is a knight, not a page. So I'm going to say a knight could meet someone in the energy of strength. So this would be someone coming in fast. They're saying to you first, I like you, I'm interested in you, I love you, want you. And since it's coming from spirit, I'm inclined to think very favorably of this person. Might even, let's clarify, see if we can get a little more on this person. So, 2 of coins. Okay, so this person's probably going to be attached to someone else. But because this is advice from spirit, it's still showing that they're going to be there for you. So be advised. I don't know if this is like a marriage or anything. I don't think it's something like that. But they're going to have to make a decision, and it's like my sense is like the decision will be made in this person's head when they decide to bring this to you, which is a very swift and leaves no room for you to doubt their interest, and at that point that something will snap. And they ask them, they'll tell you, they realize they had to make a decision. I could feel maybe they were just kind of dating someone else and hadn't really got that far. And maybe they were kind of thinking something like, oh, I don't know if this is really working out, but I kind of like them, sex is good or whatever. And then they see you and they get the feel of you, and then they're like, whoa, now I get it, yeah, because they got like so much more feels for you than their 2 of Pentacles person. I don't want to put that under because sure as hell, even this tiny deck I got specifically, this Klimt art deck, it's a cool deck to clarify because it would, I'll mix it in. So this is very dynamic, interesting read, Aries. Let's get going here, jeez. And then we're coming up with the 5 of Pentacles, but I don't think you're finding either one of them good enough. Let's leave it like that. Take a look at your mid-June reading. It's in the playlist. See if this doesn't speak to something in that ring. It's a little longer, the heart spread. But that's okay because, maybe neither one of them was up to you. Look, literally you got a page, you got a knight. If you're in the strength energy, really what you want is a king or an emperor, empress, queen, as the case may go. Thank you, guys. Taurus, thank you for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the Morning Quickies at the Casa edition here. And a slow morning. I'm trying to deal with my mic. If anybody can let me know if the volume's okay, I'm working on it. I'm in Mexico, and technical things not my forte, and I think I'm going to need another piece of technology to really solve it. It's I'm a Virgo rising, and I cannot raise my voice. I was thinking just talk louder. But if I do that, I probably record 2.5 hours a day, and I gotta be me. I'll be at the line, and I'll be like, what? And like at a drive-through when I was in America, and I repeat it, what? And somebody next to me is like, yell, Jesus, and I say it again, like in the, and they're like, oh my God, you can't yell, can you? No, I can't. I can, but gotta be mad. You don't want that. So Taurus, where are we on the second weekend in June here? The 12th Weekend Quickie. Well, you're doing something special here. So this is you either bringing the sword down on someone, it's a love reading, or demanding an ultimatum. You could be looking for truth. You could be wanting to make a statement, of truth. I don't know with this, it could be, wanted to say I love you, but with the swords, it's kind of brings a harshness to it. So uh, more of a little bit of a tinge of it. I don't know, negative energy. It's not simply like an Ace of Cups, Not 100% be I love you. This is like, I love you, but you got to leave the X. I love you, but you got to do something about the body hair or whatever it is. And I was thinking about a man. Oh, I don't know what that was. You never know. So kind of that, like an ultimatum or something. Now this is the card that emphasizes collaboration. This is the ethereal tarot illuminated deck. It really does. But I always think of it as the good work card. But this is in reverse. It's like there's more than one person working against you. That's what it is. And this could be their families, could be their friends, that type of thing, combination thereof. And maybe that's what you're going to have to speak out about. Now, when it's in your position or where you're at in terms of relationship, I see it like as being really important in that you probably do need to speak out about this. And there's a force to it. So it's almost like an advice card. Like, yeah, I get it. You need to deal with this. And this is like calling somebody out, like in public to their face. Not easy to do, but sometimes it's needed. Swords set boundaries, man. Now, this is your advice card. So, King of Wands. Here's a person showing up. Mature fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag person, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Keep in mind here, Taurus. And they are, it's all there for you. And would think that what I'm confused about, if there's someone here kind of working against you. That's how I see that. There's someone working against you in your relationship, okay? Maybe more against you. But why aren't they standing up for you, Taurus? Because they look, a King of Wands, I think there's someone exactly who's going to stand up for you. The Eight of Pentacles. Look at this picture, too, in the Clint Dart deck. Very different. That's why I don't want to use it as my main deck, but I like it for clarifying. Wow. This has got like baby mama written all over it. Go Jerry Springer, I'm sorry. But, look at this. Uh, and, it's kind of sweet, He's really there for her. So I don't know. This is in a position of, this is your advice. So it's something positive, guys, here. And I'm just kind of asking, like, I wonder why he's not showing up in this. And let me just see what we get for an outcome. Spirit, see if I get, wow. The outcome is the Four of Wands. I'll tell you another way to look at this. You're going to make this statement. And the reason why it's coming as a sword, so I'm a little confused, but this is like a cup. This is your statement of love. But it has to come with force and as a declaration because you've got this blocking you. And these are these people. It could be your people, your family and friends, or their family and friends. It might be your family and friends because, again, I'm just getting that this person's going to stand up for you. And I swear to God, if this is your reading, you're pregnant, tell me. Because if it's not, you're like, click, what? No, check your moon, rising, and Venus because maybe it's there. But, yeah. I swear, it's like that's what's going on because he's there for you. This is your advice from Spirit. Could be more of a Leo character we're talking about here. And with the outcome, the Four of Wands, it's this is action. So this is the building of a long-term relationship or a marriage. And you have to take this step with your voice. You have to set a boundary with your words, your intentions with someone directly. Not going to be fun. But this person will be there for you 100%, however it goes down, because I think they're all in. They're fire. This is fire. Thank you, Taurus. That was good. I like it. So Gemini, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Weekend Quickies for the weekend of the 12th of June. I believe this would be the second weekend of June, guys. get a beat on your love life here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Give me a like, thumbs up. Appreciate it. Do appreciate you subscribing. Let's see. This is where you're at. The Hermit card. Okay, Gemini. Well, could speak to Virgo in your chart. Like I'm a Virgo rising, and my North Node there is the main thing for me. But it's a big. It explains a lot. About the way I am, particularly as you get older, you move into that energy. But otherwise, this is someone who's been going inside and shining the light on themselves, pointing the finger at themselves. I call this doing a good work. You know, everything, my energy all in the fourth house. I was thinking today, it's like I have such a hard time thinking forward. I always think back. So it's like I'm aware of this. I have to just like mentally move myself into this forward direction, you know. And when I find myself thinking about all these things, because I've already thought about it, I got it figured out. So I can do this, I think, you know. So you're doing all this good work. Hopefully not your whole life like I did, but you're in that energy right now. And, you know, to me, it's like you're not projecting, you're not blaming anybody else, you're not it's actually pretty good energy coming in a relationship with. I mean, somebody's going to probably have to come in your cave and grab you by hand, take you out for a picnic, but, you know, it's not that bad. So, Knight of Swords, this is what's crossing you. A Knight of Cups, even worse. So, Knight of Cups is, think of it as a Knight of Cups in reverse. Um, Yeah, I mean, now if you're the hermit, this could be what's crossing you is that you're withholding your emotions, you're bottling things up. You know, the ideal thing with the hermit is you go inside, you're all open to yourself, and you deal with your shadow stuff, and you're brave, and you come out having no illusions and delusions, and you don't project your shit everywhere, and now you own your stuff. But I mean, it's a process, you know, fuck. We're only human. And I think this speaks to you and during and all that process kind of emotionally sort of shutting down some because it can be very painful. Yeah. But he is looking into the reading. So it's like even though this is crossing you, maybe you kind of are already aware of this, you know, real quick. Uh, and cracked open my head with the magic mushrooms in a shamanic way, and it was all kinds of amazing and good. But as I was going along, and it changed my life forever. It's like the seminal event of my life. And I began to realize, you know, I haven't really fully opened my heart. And that became the next thing for me. Uh, but it was good. The mental, I had to realize that I had to open my heart before I could work on that, right? Something like that going on here, guys. This is your vice of spirit. Get out there and fight. It's time to get out of the cave and do it. And, you know, with the Nine of Wands, it doesn't have to be bad. It does apply. You know, you get the bandage on the head. You're going to have to put a lot of effort into this. But you save a little bit. You know, this is typically what Spirit would advise, you know. Leave an exit strategy. Have a you know, retreat plan, and save a little bit. Don't ever give all of yourself. You know, don't give it down to the last drop. Keep a little for yourself. But otherwise, time to come out and Duke. You know, God, I hate to quote this. What was that guy Rumsfeld? I hate these stupid corporate wars. But he said, we don't go to war with the army we want. We go to war with the army we have. Well, you're going to have to go to love with the you have, Gemini, and that's going to have to be good enough because Spirit's telling you to get on it, get out there, man, mix it up. You know, it's Gemini season, and you're going to be meeting another Gemini, you know, maybe a Libra, maybe an Aquarius. I get to feel this is exactly what you need. This is kind of why you're going to have the Nine of Wands. This person's going to come in fast and hard. And they're going to be all about you, man. They're going to be all about you. And I think you might kind of find that cup, you know. And that might be what's hard, actually. It's like when they kind of light you up and you respond to them, and it's like then your heart opens. It's like you're going to have to deal with some stuff. I don't think it's going to be a big deal because you're already like 90% there. 9 out of 10, 90% there. Save a little bit. because probably going to be a lot of passion and sex, really a little bit of energy. Thank you, guys. All right. Doing the morning or the weekend quickies for the second weekend in June, be June 12th. And talking to Cancer friends now, David. And think about Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus as we move along. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Let's see where you're at. Let's not deal from the bottom of the deck, though. Get these where they belong. That's where you're at now. Six of Cups. Okay. Not bad energy come in with. That Mercury retrograde, though, so be careful, because this is like classic Mercury retrograde, why exes come back, and we think about, gets our mind thinking about that past, Usually, traditional advice from an astrologer is do not get involved in a new relationship during Mercury retrograde, if you possibly can help it. Right, particularly with a past person, they come in, it's invariably, almost invariably going to be to help you understand why it should be over, and it did end. But nevertheless, you're in this energy. It can be very sweet, very nostalgic, feeling very good, very loving, thinking about soulmates, watching soulmate tarot, that kind of thing. But now what's crossing you is the Nine of Cups. Wow. Okay, so I'm not really sure, but either you are kind of at odds with this energy. It's not bad. It's just because this is crossing, it makes it bad, because then it becomes kind of like think of a reverse Nine of Cups, okay? Because it's in the crossing. So, this is something where you're kind of at odds with yourself, like you drift into this very nostalgic thing. You might, I don't know, maybe you're about to send a text, maybe you're, and then some part of yourself kicks in and goes like, well, fuck that, there's a reason why I'm single, because you know how that goes, and this is the Nine of Cups reverse, it's focusing still on that reason why you're single, but it's kind of like in this negative way. I'm not, now that's what's crossing you, so you're not reversed, you're fine. But that's what's crossing you, is this feeling, some kind of conflict, between being single and being coupled, and it probably goes way back. There's a lot of cups there, a lot of feelings. So here's your, this is your advice from Spirit. Wow. I think I don't really see your person here. I see with the Page of Pentacles, it's very sincere. You would be someone that's very sincere. So in terms of like this crossing, Nine of Cups, this is really saying, look at things very clearly and like pick one main point in terms of being practical, because this is not practical. And I think that's what's disturbing you. Maybe in the past you got lost in the romance phase and made mistakes and were too emotional. And so what's coming in and crossing you is you're kind of getting in your own way. No? Excuse me a minute. I am going to have to blow my nose on camera because these GD allergies. Forgive me. I don't even have the technology to... Or else I might even get better from these allergies. I'm working on it. Or I have the technology to pause. So, this is about you, picking a point, something practical, like looking at it from the point of view of not feelings or not thoughts, but like what actually happened. What did you get? Like out of the last 2 or 3 relationships, what practically happened? Like, kind of like the composite chart shows it a lot, like why the relationship comes together, because it's almost that, like, why were you in the relationship in the first place, and try to dig into that in a way that's concrete. This is a good one to ask a friend, I think, Cancers. Get with your buddy that you trust, or your girlfriend, and there's a little wisdom to them. Hope you have that person in your life. You don't, find one. It'd be one and find one and find the others. And because they, even if we're really smart, you look like you're emotionally aware and everything, Cancer. But they could maybe that punch of reality. That's what friends are for. It's like, no, dude, you were horny. No, come on, girlfriend, you were needy. That's why you do it. Isn't that obvious? And maybe they don't say that to you, but if you ask them, tell you, help me out with this. I'm trying to get my hands around this, get something solid on what's been going on, this pattern that you got in, and I think there's a Queen of Pentacles showing up. And you could talk to about this person too. Now with the Page of Pentacles also being advice, I think it means this Queen of Pentacles that's coming in, this is that Earth sign energy, Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, is going to be really solid, right? Think about core values. I do the singles reading. I talk about the core values. That's a big one. Do you believe in God, not believe in God? Is that important? Is it important to believe in God? Is it not important? Is it okay to lie sometimes, or absolutely not okay to lie? Core values. You know, are we here living the soul's journey and growing and learning our soul, or are we just here to fuck around and, you know, live in a baccarin orgy our whole life and just that kind of thing? These are core values, and if they're not right, that can bring everything to a tearful end. No matter, I think, no matter what else is left, But I see you moving. Look at this, cups, and pentacles. Really, things are getting solid and real for you. So what if right now it's a little fuzzy and romantic feeling? I think there's something coming in really practical and reliable, and it's going to really hit the spot for you, Cancers. Thank you, guys. Leos, David, thanks for joining me. Got the At the Casa edition of the Weekend Quickies here for your love life. Let's see where you're at. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep that in mind, Leos. This is it's a tough weekend. The Nine of Swords. Maybe stay at home watching the Netflix. Staying up, can't sleep. It's pretty tortured, you can see it's the illuminated tarot. And so I like this. I always say it's like at least you're feeling your feelings. When you're in this, you're feeling it. You're not running away from it. You're not, I guess you could be basking it and be drunk, but I'll be positive and say probably if you're in Nine of Swords, you're really feeling your feelings. Because if you're drunk, you'd be like 10 of Swords, I'm out, And so that part of it's good. Try to be positive. This is what's blocking you. Here comes my king blockers. So think about if you have a King of Swords blocking you, standing in your way. That's not good. That's got to be a person now. So air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra personality coming in, and King of Swords reversed. It'd be definitely who put you into this energy, because that could do it, and put you in a Nine of Swords. And this vicious ending, vicious fight, maybe not an ending, but this is where, things are said that, like, even if you stay together for 30 years, they'll always be felt in a bad way and remembered. It's the kind of thing I would think that would end many relationships. That would absolutely slice someone to pieces. Someone kind of losing their cookies here with the King of Swords reversed. Wow, this is your advice. I mean, it's very sweet advice, Leo. Be the Empress. This is advice from Spirit. Just look at that picture. Wow, we're leapfrogging again, too. Interesting. It keeps happening. Why'd you see the advice from Spirit? Maybe this is that eclipse stuff coming in. I mean, we're just on the other side of that portal, and 2 days now. And it's like eclipse this person. It's like, Spirit is saying, you're better than this. I mean, you're way better than this. You don't deserve this. Know your own value. Look, the Empress to the King. Sorry, King. I don't care how pissed you are, pissed off you are. I'm an Empress. And the Empress can say, guards, take this king away, please. And he'll take off his head, whatever, if you want to go there, Leo. But you're an Empress. And it's kind of saying, like, not buck up. It's trying to reassure you. It's like, come on. It's like a best friend. Say, God damn it, girl. Come on, dude. You're the man. You're an Empress. Fuck that King of Swords. I want to say. It was a pretty powerful ending with the Empress and then the Magician. I mean, the Empress and the Magician's the outcome. You're going to turn this around and somehow in your favor, and it's going to be like other people are going to look at it. I don't know, though. They might look at it and go, well, I'm not surprised that he did that she did that, because they kind of know what you are. The Empress has also all kind of hidden. The Empress has a high priestess. The Empress has a magician that works for her. So, yeah, it could be like a Gemini personality coming in here, too. But it would definitely be you sort of, the mirror effect. You're bringing that in, attracting it. They would be coming to you. And it would show you in a position where you can just kind of do anything you want, really. It's like, it's sort of once you leapfrog this and put him behind and say, sorry, like, take him away, guards, I'm done with him, her. I don't want to make this him, her. Like, you could just do anything you want. Like, you're free and you realize, what the hell, why was I listen to that nonsense when I got the whole world out here and do anything I damn well want, and create anything I want, bring in anyone I want. Thank you, guys. Virgos, thanks for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the Weekend Quickie for the 12th of June, second weekend. I believe this is you. Keep in mind, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Queen of Swords energy. Give me a like. Appreciate it. Thumbs up. Appreciate everyone subscribing. I'm working on the audio, by the way. I keep forgetting to say that. We're going to get it better. I'm trying to speak up. I'm Virgo rising. It's very hard for me to speak louder. And I'm thinking before I start, if I just speak louder, it'd probably be fine for now. But 2.5 hours of me talking even at this volume, and just especially with my head being clogged up from allergies. Yeah. But, so you're coming in with this Queen of Swords energy. It's very good. It's a Virgo. Often Virgos, a lot of times you have Libra energy going on there. Your personal planets, Mercury and especially Venus or Mars. So, Virgos go a couple ways. One way, they're always in your face going, no, actually you're wrong. I read an article about that. The S241C is only valid in the 1991 through the 95 models. Whereas if you go to the 90s, I can go on and on because they would be able to go on and on, and then there's another one where they tend to be deferential more because they're bringing in, they have that Libra energy in their chart. And so this is one, I get the feeling maybe you're kind of like that, but this is you really being strong and outspoken and confident, with the Queen of Swords energy. And this deck, though, is contemplative, okay? The Ethereal Tarot deck, the Illuminated Tarot. It brings to the Queen of Swords this kind of pensive energy, I get the feeling like right on the verge of speaking up. You're really kind of finding your voice, finding your strength, that kind of thing. Right on the verge. What else is going on? We just finished this eclipse. I mean, something might have happened recently too. Queen of Wands can be kind of leveling up and channeling this kind of stronger part of yourself too, an assertive part. Wow, this is crossing you. Love it, but not when it's in reverse. Maybe that's why you're pensive. I think what's crossing you is maybe this is a feeling, keep in mind, with cups, right? So, you're not really used to the feels. You may be banging that Libra energy, and you got the Virgo energy, and you ain't got a lot of water or something. But, it's kind of making you think. you're getting a feeling that's making you think from your partner that something's wrong with your marriage, with your long-term committed relationship that you likely thought was very solid, maybe. Or maybe you didn't, because if you take that in reverse, maybe you even knew that there was a problem in it, you know? And that's why you're thinking. Let's see what your advice is. This could be clear, Virgo. Uh, your advice is to let it be done, let it be over. That's the one good thing about 10 swords. You're dead. Uh, it's really over. They didn't put the swords in and left them. I mean, back in the day, man, swords weren't, could go just buy another one. And where the hell do you buy swords even today? Well, you know, it's like they really wanted you dead. And this is the advice from spirit. So it's like, so be it. It's like, you know, you maybe say to someone, and this is the energy of saying to someone, you know what? If you don't want to be in my life, then good riddance and goodbye. Done. And then you start. Wow. A beautiful transition with the Fool. Very clear, Virgo. And rest assured with the Fool, I do believe very strongly that when you get the Fool energy, this is your Arcana, this is starting the journey. You're starting over from scratch. You could be starting over with nothing. But you're not, don't be afraid. Just have faith and go with your journey. Take the leap, you know. It's probably going to be something scary. There's something coming where other people around, you're going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? Are you out of your mind? And you're like, nope. You know, crazy like a fox right here. Old Virgo, it's crazy like a fox. I'm telling you. Let me know, guys. Appreciate it. What you think of that one? All right, Libras, thanks for joining me. This is the Weekend Quickie. I'm David, doing the At the Casa edition here. And this is for the second weekend in July, okay, the 12th. And we're looking at Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Libra energy. I do love coming in with the Chariot. Riding through the stars there. Bringing out the zodiac, as it were. Hold on a second here. I'm going to have to blow my nose on camera again. I don't want to take this allergy medicine, and I just got to deal with it. Okay, so with Chariot, I love it. It's like you're feeling like in touch with your soul's purpose, like your mission. Probably have that feeling about you. It might be very clear, or it might just be like a little feeling, or even as I say it, you're like, yeah. In terms of love, you'd be interacting with a soulmate, feeling like you're on the verge of having. I remember I had the soulmate dream, and it was her. It was like 2 weeks before she came in, and something like that going on. It gives you a good feeling like you're moving in the right direction in your life, in your soul's work. This is crossing you. 5 of Wands. And that's in the crossing position. We're kind of implying that I'm thinking of myself here, Libra, in the spirit. This is someone that's probably on a spiritual path. This year reading. You consider yourself a light worker, an empath, a spiritual person. And it's sort of like passive. Yeah, it's passive. It's spiritually passive. It's like with this is crossing you because you're not willing to take action to like defend yourself. I mean, this is literal, but like that spiritual person that's like, it's kind of like a Hindi thing too. It's like, well, and it's also Pisces, also 12th house energy, but it's like, you know, I don't really have to do anything. I just have to be, and, you know, have the right intentions, and I'll have a pure heart, and I'll show everyone a lot of love and all of that. And then, you know, Spirit's going to drop the goodies on me. And it's kind of like maybe saying, like, God helps them, what helps themselves kind of comes to mind here, guys. 7 of Wands. Kind of emphasizing it, though, because now this is your advice from Spirit. And I think the advice here is important because what this says is what your actions that need to be taken. These are actions. Um, they're righteous. This is the righteous self-defense of the castle. And absolutely from spirit, they're telling you with these two cards that it is okay to make a fist. It is okay to set boundaries. It is not, you're not a bad person because you defend yourself righteously from others, you know. And these are actions. You know, someone's, I get it, taking actions maybe against you. And, you know, maybe you're in some mode where you're just kind of it could be too, like you don't want to cause karma. It's so tricky sometimes. It's like, well, yeah, I could, you know, give them a mouthful and set these boundaries, but then I'm creating bad karma, aren't I? Well, no, because you got the Six of Wands. So look, also, this is about really freeing yourself, I think, here. Going through a whole process. I don't even see a person, Libra. So this, like I said, Spirit's telling you it's okay to take action. You have to get up. God helps them what helps themselves. You're not a bad person if you have to throw a punch. Metaphor. Because look, it's going to get you going. And you combine the Chariot with the Six of Wands, and I mean, what the hell are you doing? You're banging. You're getting applauded for fulfilling your life's purpose. It's no joke. This is like you're being literally applauded. You're given a parade, you know, in admiration. People are looking at you. You're feeling good. You're feeling pride, well-earned pride. This is righteous defense of the castle. This is, they did something to earn this. This knight went out and conquered another land or some shit like that. Killed the king, the bad king or whatever. And so it's all kind of positive. You got this one little boop where you gotta, you know, make a fist somehow or take action and be more active, whereas maybe you've been passive. It is summer. Don't let them retrogrades bring you down. Oh man. Scorpios, hi, I'm David. Thanks for joining me at the Casa edition of the Weekend Quickies for the 12th of June. This is the second weekend in June, I do believe. This is you. Think about Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus energies coming in with the Eight of Swords. So it'll be a weekend where you're kind of probably thinking about a relationship. You could be in it. You could be just out of it. I get the feeling like you're separated, like from someone. And this could be separated like on the couch, not talking. Someone could be giving you the cold shoulder. You could be giving someone the cold shoulder. And it's because there's a lack of clarity about like where the relationship is at. It's relationship reading, okay? Great. Banco. Well, I swallowed a bug. Everything's part of the reading. That was not fun. And that might be part of what's going on here, because it ain't fun dealing with this shit, even for a Scorpio. Dealing with conflict, you know, with your partner. I mean, why you went to your separate quarters there, no? It's like they ring the bell, ding, ding, you go to that corner, you go to that corner. All right? Wow. This is what's crossing you. Now, again, I always say with this in the crossing position, what your block is, it's as if you read it basically in reverse. So think about the Tower in reverse. It's a really strong energy of, usually you know, it's like you know, because usually a lot of times with Tower you don't know. It's like it kind of can come suddenly. I think of Uranus energy in the charts, that, you know, sudden energy, accidents. And you know, here it's like you're off. You're not wanting to face the fact that the Tower is upon you. It's coming. You know, go. You know, sometimes we know. You know, sometimes it's obvious with the Tower. You know, if you don't mentally know it, it's like you feel it in all your bones. And you maybe start arguing about everything else, but the reality of what's really coming. Okay, this is your advice. I think the advice here is for you two to sit down together in a very practical way and talk about this, guys. So, you know, sit down at a cafe somewhere where it's in public, where you can't cry, hopefully, or yell, or in. I think this is about nuts and bolts here. We'll see what the outcome, but it might be the nuts and bolts of separating. Yeah, because this is strategic thinking. And it probably implies that, look, you're in the Eight of Swords, you got Seven of Swords. Okay, there was some hanky-panky going on, and that's probably what brought the tower down. And now you're going to have to sit down and think about how to put the pieces back together. And I think by together, I don't mean you two together. You know, so that's a tough one, Scorpio. And thank you guys. Um, well, I'm David. Thank you for joining me. This is the Morning Quickies here, Sagittarius brothers and sisters. Sag Sun, Sag Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars. Mars at 10 degrees, where the South Node is sitting right now. It's within a few minutes. Peaks out for me next month, my South Node. So any Sag energy between about 26 and 10 degrees of Gemini is really getting hammered with all of the energy just coming in from this eclipse, lunar, and now the solar eclipse. And then plus you got the nodal energy going on there, opposing our opposite house, Gemini. So it depends on what's going on for you. It's in my 10th house, so very significant energy right now, guys. Let's see where we're at, though, on the second weekend in June. Think of Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Sag. Yeah, you're coming in as the Hierophant. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is great. So if you're watching this is speaking to a Sagittarius that's channeling their higher self. You really had a powerful, in the last couple of years, probably, you don't get to this in one fell swoop, You don't get to this by going to one time to a Zen retreat for 3 days. And now you're in this Hierophant energy. This is where you're at in terms of love and relationship. This has nothing to do with love and relationships. It has everything to do with love and relationship. That's beautiful. It's someone banging at a very high level. Ninth house, Sag rules belief, religion, spirituality even, the big picture, philosophy. And this someone that's probably grounded in all of that. And, at the highest kind of level, maybe you say, the ninth house is the guru. In Sagittarius, are you a guru? I don't know. This is what's crossing you. Wow. Now, think about it, because then that's going to be the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. What's crossing you is like you're a guru, but all that you have is like a wooden bowl and some chopsticks and maybe a little mat to sleep on. Kind of like, remember Kung Fu, the old series, if you're old enough? And so you're wandering around barefoot, with your little bowl and stuff. And people probably give you food because you stop and share your guru wisdom with them. And make it a little fun because we're Sages, but it's a metaphor. And so you may not have a lot right now. And you may not really care. Physically, I mean, money. You may not have a lot of support right now. You may kind of be in some kind of isolation, but being very solid about it, super Virgo, a super hermit energy, right? Kind of comes to mind for some reason, like super hermit energy. Um, and maybe it's like sort of resources are the last thing on your mind. Money, security, finances. It's like it's there, but it's like the last thing on your mind. You're in the stratosphere, guys. Now, this is your advice. Holy shit, I love this as advice. Mercy be the Devil. I love it because boy, I got a lot of room now. It's a beautiful Devil's card too. The Illuminated Tarot, Enchanted Tarot deck. Okay. Um, Now, boy, with I have a friend who's a Sagittarius rising. Two friends are Sagittarius rising. I give them both the same advice. Michelle, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I said this to my friend Tim a lot. Uh, I'm a Virgo rising, which sucks, okay? Because it's all about becoming responsible. When you're a Sagittarius rising, literally your life mission, in large part, is to go out and have a good time. Now, Spirit's not going to tell you to be addicted to things, or addictive, and they're not going to tell you to be obsessive and jealous and try to control people, which is all what the devil is, you know. But it's going to tell you that, passion is what you need. I don't see a way to read this, you know. Two major arcana, and it's like, no wonder you don't really care about what's physically around you, you know. Yeah, let's see what we get for an outcome here. Four Swords. Wow. I'm going to clarify this Four Swords with my clip deck, guys. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Whew. Wow. Okay. And you're in some kind of stasis. It's like the finishing of a metamorphosis. And you're going to need some more time. Swords are not, I don't know if they exactly equate to months. It could be days. It's a quickie reading. I keep trying to bring it down to the local. It is the weekend, so this could be over the weekend. Could be over the weekend. I think you're really going to begin to heal and basically kind of finish like a moth or a butterfly comes out of its chrysalis over this very weekend in the next 4 days. And you're going to have a lot of help from your friends. It's not going to be a solo effort. You might have been kind of solo. I think of Terrence McKenna when he said, find the others, and maybe you found the others. And make no mistake, Spirit is trying to tell you, man, it's time to burn, I mean, just fucking burn. And it's like, if people can't dig your fire, then you're just going to tell them, get the fuck back. If you can't dig my fire, get the fuck back. It's gonna burn. I ain't lowering it. Yeah, nice reading for Sagittarius. Fucking Aries. Thank you guys. Wow. Capricorns. Thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies here at the Casa edition. Yeah, I got to look at my camera. It is Mercury retrograde. Forgive me, Capricorns. Holy shit, it's working, I think. Trying to get the volume up, guys. I'm working on it. Give me a minute. I'm in Mexico. I think I need some more technology, so working on that now. But here we are. The 12th of June is the Weekend Quickie Caps. And we're looking, keep in mind, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And this is your energy. And we're coming in with the Nine of Pentacles here. This is where you're at in around relationships. I really like that. Being very content. Someone could be single. If not, you're feeling very stable. I mean, if you're in a relationship, it's just very, very stable and good. Like, you could do your own thing. It's a really good energy if you're in a relationship, because it does mean literally that. You're able to be your own person and do what you want. It's a kind of a Cap card, too. I like it for Cap, because the Nine of Pentacles, very solid earth energy. Someone that might be a little bit older, has accomplished something in their life. Now, what's crossing you is the Five of Cups in reverse. You can think of it in blocking you and crossing you. I think this is about you, but the fact that it's in the crossing, it would imply that you really need to grieve over something. You seem so strong and content. I'm going to clarify with the clipped art deck here. The Four of Pentacles. You need to grieve over something, but it's like you're not ready. I mean, it's all, I get the feeling like maybe you feel like this, even, that you're just not ready to deal with this yet. Like you need to be stronger, even, or you need to be a Ten of Pentacles, before you feel like you could really deal with whatever this pain is. This is going to be a relationship reading. I mean, it's a heartbreak from the past. And with this Four of Pentacles, that's withdrawing your energy, holding on, holding back. And you're showing a lot of Pentacle energy. So it's holding back pretty hard. I just, not that you're like this, but I remember Freud talking about, I was reading, he had one of his mistakes, he admitted, he uncovered a neurosis in a young man, and something very horrible happened to him. And the man went crazy, spent the rest of his life in a mental institute. He wrote about later life, says one of my biggest failures, not realizing that sometimes these psychoses are there for a reason, and you don't want to open that. It's like the body sealing off something inside, forming a cyst around it, but it's kind of graphic. But maybe that kind of energy, it's like you kind of know that you're not ready to deal with this yet because it's a lot to unpackage, and you really need to be more stable, feel more secure. I think I totally agree. I think I totally get this. Very wise. It's very earth energy too, Capricorn. It's kind of, I'd call it like a earth wisdom that, maybe people might not grasp that. It's very subtle. So Ten of Wands, this is your advice now. So your advice is to pour it on. You may feel like it's going to stress you out. This may be coming up because of the eclipse energy. We're just a couple days out from the final solar eclipse. That's going to be rolling for a while, but the energy is like all kinds of turmoil, breaking things up and breaking us out of old patterns. And, maybe this, what Spirit is saying, this is exactly the time to do this. Huh? You got the Five of Cups there, and then the Four of Cups here is your outcome. You're just not ready yet. That's okay. If you're related to this, talk to me, let me know. Look at the, just did yesterday, no, today is up, the Capricorn reading for the singles, which might be helpful to you. Look at who might be in your future. That's what that's for. And the heart spread looks at you and your person. See, because I don't even see your person here. You might be single. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, Aquarius, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies. The Weekend Quickies, I should say. That's for the 12th of March, 12th, 13th, the second weekend in March, June. We'll get it. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Aquarius, High Priestess. Well, I like that. Showing up as the High Priestess in and around your relationships, where your mind and heart is at. Vibing very high. When I see this here, it could be it could be a manifestor card. It could be a feeling like you have a connection with someone that's a deep connection, soulmate connection. You really can have this rapport with them emotionally. In the synastry charts, someone's moon might be on someone's IC, someone's Neptune on the IC, someone's moon in a really good relationship too, like Neptune energy. So what happens is in the feeling, and it might be in response to a relationship you're in, is you feel very secure because the connection's at that very deep level, kind of a spiritual level, because like you can feel it, it's real. It's like you're a high vibing person. You can feel the energy around them, with them. You're come away from your person feeling empowered and higher vibing, always. You don't come away feeling drained or bummed or anything like that. What's blocking you is the Lovers. Wow, so you think about the Lovers reversed. There's a couple different ways. The first thing that popped into my head, so I'll say it, is it could be someone that the block is that their person is in a relationship, okay? But it's not a secure relationship. because it's in reverse to lovers, especially because it's in reverse. I think anyway I can say that. Because your person's in a relationship, but they're feeling like they have a choice to make. And that would be you. But they're not making it because it's in reverse. And so could be this classic scenario of someone that's having an affair with someone that's attached, and they're telling you, I'm going to leave them, but maybe they're not doing it. But you have such a powerful connection with them at this very deep level, like they're the one, that you're hanging in there with this, even though this isn't crossing. This is not sitting well with you. Now, very nice time to get the Wheel of Fortune. Let's call this the get out of jail free card. Let's also look at Jupiter in your chart. If you have any knowledge of astrology, it's at 1 degree, stationing to go retrograde not too long from now, at 1 degree Pisces. So where is that in your chart? Because Pisces is Neptune. I'm picking up Neptune energy here with an Aquarius. Now Pisces energy. So Aquarius very well could have Pisces energy also in your natal chart. So your personal planets. Something's going on there. And with this is like a promise that's going to break your way. I would say with this is major kind of, it's outside of your control. And I think you're kind of already doing this, and I think you can do this because this is where you're at. Release this to its greatest good. And I don't mean release your lover, release the outcome. Don't put any pressure on them. Don't, just do your thing, and it's there, what's there is there. And if you trust in the universe right now, trust your intention, this is exactly the time. I can't tell you how, but it's going to turn your way. I mean, just something that pops into mind. Their person has an affair and reveals it, or just their person breaks it off. Okay, because it's something comes out of the blue. It's out of everyone's hands. It's fate, meaning everyone, meaning you and your lover. Now, God acts in a mysterious way and through the hands of others. So very much could be something like that. And it would be, it's best for you not to have anything to do with that. Like it's it could be, this could be luck too. It's luck. So it's kind of lucky because it takes the emphasis off of your relationship with whoever, because now their person's like dropped the hammer, so it's a good time to stand back and let them work it out, because it's not your karma anyway, I get it. It's like you're feeling a twin flame vibe or something. You're going to hang. And you should hang, because you're going to have a solid beginning. You got this Wheel of Fortune going to go your way. That's pretty much good as it gets. I mean, if you're starting a relationship, Ace of Pentacles, you want to go with that. So it also means they are going to end it, and they are going to show up for you, and you are going to start a solid relationship here together, so whatever that means, okay? Boyfriend, girlfriend, moving in, that kind of thing, whatever it means. Thank you, guys. Pisces, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Weekend Quickie now for the 12th of June, second weekend in June, I believe. Do a little love checkup on you for the weekend. We're going to start by looking at where you're at. You just don't know. You're saying to yourself, you just don't know something about this relationship. If it's not a relationship, with the reverse 3 of Wands, wow. Now think about a reverse 3 of Wands, and then plus the 2 of Swords. You just don't know, and you don't even know where to look. I'm like this I'm trying to fix the mic on here and get the volume, but just so many things with technology. This describes my whole life right now. I just don't know, and I don't even know how to ask the question, but not necessarily how to ask the question, but you don't know what to do. Yeah, and you don't even know how to start, I don't know how to start fixing the problem in our relationship. I don't know how to start fixing, you've got to be a problem, you're 2 of Swords. This issue, I don't know how to address it. I don't know how to begin to address it. Now, let's see if you get some advice. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Now you got 3 of Wands in reverse, so it's kind of confused. It's not, it could be 2, like you're just about to a sword. You just, some people say, yeah, you got to get into your feelings because you're covering your heart. You need to go heart over mind. I don't know about that. Sometimes you get there with your mind. It happens. And like I feel like you kind of almost get there, but then not quite. Because maybe when you think about actually doing something, that's what gets you. It's like, because once you kind of realize you got to do something, maybe it means you have to take an action that you don't want to take. Maybe you have to offer yourself to someone. Ace of Wands is your advice. Or you have to take a very decisive action of self-love. There's two ways of looking at it. They're advising you to passionately throw yourself at yourself or another person here. And that's exactly what you don't seem to want to do. That's exactly what you don't seem to want to do. You don't want to seem to give yourself fully to your passion here. But wow, you're given carte blanche, from the universe to do that. So that's pretty nice. I'd have to look favorably on that. And look here, guys, the outcome. I think you take this advice. This is you really going for it. Now, this Three of Wands in reverse looks different now than I see the Eight of Wands. I think you're dealing with someone at a distance. And that's part of the trouble, too. Because you can't get there. It's reverse. You can't get there. But also, cliche day here. Where there's a will, there's a way, Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I see you, once you take the first action, it's like you're going to them. That's what it is. So the first action could be like you scrounged up the money and you bought the airline ticket for 2 weeks from now, and now you're busy getting your shit together, getting ready, a lot of communication going back and forth. Let me know, Pisces. I think it's like that. So it's going to fly. Probably you're going to fly. And hello, Amelie. Dreaming. Sagittarius, what can I do? Thank you, guys. Give me a like. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it.